I turn to this recipe if I or one of my family members start to show sign of being under the weather. Also, it's nice to take care of yourself, take care of other people. I'm using chicken breast and then I season it with a little bit of salt on both sides. I actually just use a fork to press it down. And I'll let it rest for about 5 minutes. I already cut up my vegetables, so celery, garlic, onions, and carrots. And I try to cut them as small as possible, mainly for my daughter, so she consumes as many vegetables in a spoonful as much as possible. Tricks of a parent. So I have a pot of water on high heat, and the first thing I'm going to do is poach the chicken. So I'm just putting that in there. So it's come to a boil. I want to remove the floaties. I don't know what this is called technically. So I've lowered the heat with the lid on and I'll let it simmer for 10 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes. Let's check on the chicken. I just want to make sure that it's cooked through. Great. I'm gonna let that cool so I can shred it with my fingers. I'm using the water that I poached the chicken in and adding all the vegetables into the pot. I turn the heat up to medium-high heat. Usually when I make a soup, I cook the vegetables in oil, first the onions, celery, and garlic, and then I add the carrots. But this time I just throw everything in the water that I cook the chicken in. And that's why I think anyone can really make the soup. There are not so many steps involved. Add salt. Give it a quick stir. And basically let it come to a boil. Then turn down the heat, put the lid on, and let the vegetables cook. The chicken has cooled down now, so I'm shredding it into little pieces. I'm not sure if I'll use the entire 2 chicken breasts. I might shred it all and then save some to make a nice chicken sandwich. I'm done shredding the chicken. I'm gonna save probably about half of it. I don't want it to be too meaty in the soup. So here I have the soup and I left it on the stove for about 45 minutes. You can see that the vegetables are nice and soft, quite nice and gentle for the stomach. Not so intense flavors, I would say. I'm going to throw in the chicken in. Let's have a taste test. I'm sure it needs more salt though. Actually, it's perfect. I'm pretty surprised. I'm going to put a little bit of herbe de Provence to give it a little bit of character. So I'm gonna let it come to a bit of a simmer. I'm using this kind of noodles or pasta, I guess. And so my soup is boiling. I'm gonna add a few handfuls of the noodles, but not too many because they expand. And it says to cook for 5 minutes. I like to add a little bit of black pepper. Let's see how it tastes. It's super hot, so I have to be careful. This is such a nice immune booster soup and really comforting. And it takes minimal effort all in one pot, so I like that. So what a great soup for if you want to comfort someone or yourself.